Tell you what, you're not lazy. You just have deficiencies. Let me explain what I'm saying. See, for the longest of time, you're thinking that all of your laziness and all of your lack of ambition is stemming from you being a crippling, lazy piece of Schmidt. But the thing is, most of the time, you're feeling that sluggish feeling where you can't even get up, where your bed is pulling you when you try to wake up, and you think to yourself, I'm not even depressed. This is a condition I get when I'm depressed, or when I was depressed, if you were back in your early years. But right now, there is no problem for you. There is no such sadness or any depressive state that is holding you back. So why are you feeling this way? Why can't you just move up the ladder? And why do you get tired like you're a 60-year-old with tons of back pain and with problems with your muscles? Why does it feel like when you're walking up the stairs you get joint pain like you're a, what is it called, an old piece of Schmidt? And why does it feel like you try every ounce and you try to put every ounce of your energy into doing something, but you still feel fatigued? It's as if there's an elephant on top of your shoulders every single time, but it's an invisible elephant which you cannot even see. But you're weighted down, or you're weighed down by this invisible elephant. So what is it? The thing is, for the longest of time, I had been with the same state, and I had gone through the same feeling as well. And what I realized was, I had a family doctor. I still have, and she's my aunt. She's my family doctor, and I complain to her often that, okay, I when I wake up, I'm losing energy. It's like every single hour I'm losing energy, like minus 1 HP, minus 1 HP. It's like when you're playing a game and you're losing health, right? The same as with energy. I felt like I was losing energy each time I was doing something. And my work includes online work, all sitting on this desk, or sitting on the chair, not on the desk. But I couldn't even think of lifting weights, or I couldn't even think of doing anything which is physically tiring, let alone picking up groceries or heavy groceries. I couldn't even do that. And my house is at the second floor, which means I have to walk upstairs. But I found that when I moved up the stairs, I felt like I had low energy. And I also noticed that when it was afternoon, when the night was about to enter and the day was about to leave, I found myself to have the lowest amount of energy. And I was like, wait, what? I'm 22. People say that it's a prime age where you have the most amount of energy. But why am I feeling this fatigued? I'm not even doing anything physically tiring. And I feel like I've literally climbed up the stairs with 30 kgs, or what is it called, or 100 pounds. Or I've been just carrying bricks over my shoulders and just carrying it all day long. That's how fatigued I feel. And so I complained about it to my aunt, who's my family doctor, and she looked at me and she said, have you checked your vitamin D? And I was like, wait, what? Well, why does it even matter? She said, well, it's obvious. You're indoor all the time, and there are no such foods that give you vitamin D, and you rarely get sunlight. It's obvious that you lack, or that you have vitamin D deficiency. And I was like, okay, so she said, just go and do your blood work. And so I did, and I found that, okay, my vitamin D this time it was good, but my B12, it was on the border, so it was borderline good and borderline bad. So if it's on the border, it's at the edge, which means basically I am kind of deficient when it came to B12. So I had to take the B12 medications for 3 months, and it changes everything. And the same thing is now, if I go back in time, the same thing happened last year as well. I was complaining all the time. Oh, I feel so groggy. I feel like I'm fatigued. I'm tired all the time. I can't even get up. I have to brute force myself to get up in bed, even though I have work to do. Even though I do have a purpose. It's not like I'm aimless or I'm purposeless. But and I complained to her, and the same answer appeared. Did you get your blood work? And I said no. She said, go and do it. And back in those days, my vitamin D was lacking, and I was deficient when it came to vitamin D. And so I went and consumed the tablets, or what is called capsule of vitamin D. And what I realized was that she said no, get the injections, get it injected in your body instead. The shots in your bum. And I'm terrified of injections, but I had to, so I did last year, and the effects I had gotten, it's like I had unlocked a realm of energy which I always wanted, but I couldn't even tap into. And for the longest of time, I was searching for the answers all across the board, not realizing that I wasn't even lazy, I wasn't aimless, I didn't lack ambition, but I was just deficient when it came to these nutritions, and especially vitamin D. So I urge you to do your blood work, to get everything tested. If you're doing it after a long time, get everything tested. Your liver, B12, testosterone, whatever you can think of, CBC, anything that's on the list, get it done, get it checked. And if the reports come in and you see you're deficient in any one of it, just go all into fixing it. We tend to assume that we need to fix everything else apart from what's happening inside of our own body. And I'm no medical expert, and I'm no doctor. I call myself Dr. Rohan, but I am no expert, and I distance myself away from all these medical things. But neglecting our inner self, our body, and searching for all the answers externally. Oh, I should change my habit. Oh, I should brute force myself to get out of bed. Oh, I should just read and journal and not be aimless. And I should just do a lot of jumping jacks and just walk on treadmill, or just run, or just do anything just to get my energy up, to avoid this laziness. Oh, I should just work out. If you don't even have the energy to work out, how can you work out? How can you do anything? If you know you've got work to do, if you know you have to work out, but each time it feels like that even if you put a bullet or a gun to my head, I couldn't even do it. That's how lazy and fatigued I felt. It's not like I avoided work. People thought that I avoided work, that I hated work. But it was not the case. I just couldn't get myself to work. And I couldn't explain it to people. People called me lazy. People called me, you'll never get anywhere in life, and you just hate work. And if you avoid this type of work, you're gonna avoid all type of work. And I was like, no. Try to understand that I cannot get my body. I couldn't get my body to work, to do the simplest task. Heck, I couldn't even get up to brush my teeth. That's how lazy I got. And I told it to other people, and they were just slamming me with all sorts of names. But the thing is, I thought to myself, if I'm making an excuse, or if it's something that I really should look into. And that's why I complained to my aunt, and what she said was kind of like a revelation to me, because what she said was true, and I did my blood work, and it all changed. My energy, it was so much better. I could, I could jump up and down. That's how much energy I got. It was like a surplus of energy just got into me, after that I thought to myself that if this is the human potential, like if this is on a scale, if this is the normal energy of a human being, imagine how much more work I could get done with this amount of time or with this amount of energy. And I thought to myself, I was in a negative graph. If you take it from 0 to 100, now my energy was like 50, right? But back then, before the vitamin D intake and before the B12 intake, I was standing at negative 20. I was at the negative. So I thought to myself, there are fully functional human beings who are lazy on purpose. Some people are just not, they aren't deficient in vitamin D or anything else. They are strong, proper human beings, but they still tend to be lazy. And I couldn't even fathom that, because now I had surplus of energy, and the only thought I could think of is that there are people walking around in this earth while having no deficiencies, while having all the proper nutritional intake, while feeling strong, while having that extra energy, but still choosing not to do the work and still being lazy on purpose. Well, we can't do anything about those people. We shouldn't even associate with those people. But for those people who think that, okay, they're negative and they want to reach at least at 10% of human potential and energy, you might have vitamin deficiency and it can fix you. The internet is filled with advice. Do this. Oh, get a good habit. Just brute force it. Just do it. No excuses. David Goggins. Yeah. But the thing is, how much can you brute force if there is no energy left inside of you? Like the mind, you can conquer the mind, but if your body is not moving, how much can you even tell it to move? It's like you're driving a car. You as a driver is perfectly fine and you are an expert driver, but the engine of the car is not working. It needs fixing. There is no oil. There is no fuel in the car. How can it move? Now you're an expert driver. You know that you can get amazing performance out of this car. But if the car itself doesn't have the fuel, it doesn't have the proper circuitry and the proper engine that is properly functional, how can you expect it to work? The same thing is with your body. If your body has no fuel, or it has no oil, it hasn't been through an oil change for the longest of time, how can you expect it to have the best performance? Even though you can just floor it, even though you can just use all the techniques as an expert driver, you need that oil change. You need to have fuel in that car. I hope that analogy really drove the point home. And the reason why I'm making this video is because this week I also felt the same thing. I was getting much work done. I got my first client, and I got into calls, but now I feel like I'm exhausted after just taking a call. And I thought to myself, and I went to my aunt and I said, and I told her about everything, that how I feel like I'm fatigued by the end of the day. I'm getting work done, but it's like I have to brute force it, and I'm just tired by the end of the day. Not because I hate doing what I do. No, I love it. I feel content and much more fulfilled doing it. But still, it's like my body, it has a threshold, and beyond that, it's just at overtime, and I couldn't even get it to function properly. And the same answer appeared: get your blood work done. And now it is due. That's why I'm making this video, because I now I have to do my blood work, and I think I need to consume more vitamin D. And I urge you to do it 6 months or 3 months from now. Every 3 months, go do your blood work. Every 3 to 6 months. If you're deficient, then do it again. First, do your blood work. If you see that you're deficient, then take proper medications. Take weekly dose of vitamin D. Inject it on in your bum or in your arm, if it needs be. If you're young, you can absorb it through a capsule. But I advise you that if you have an age of like above 40 or above 30, injecting it would be the best option, because that's how it is. That's what my doctor and told me. And the thing is, then after 3 months of in consuming that vitamin D or B12 or anything that you're deficient in, take the blood work again. Do it again after 3 months and see the results. See how much it has changed. And you'll feel within, like, I would say one week or at max 2 weeks, you'll see the change, and you feel that a huge capacity has been unlocked for you. It's like there was this untapped secret thing that was locked behind doors, and now you just secretly and magically just unlocked it, and you get all sorts of energy that is showering on you, and now you can actually work on the things that you always wanted to work. Now you're the pro driver who can now drift the car, who can now use that car at the maximum speed, overtake other people, and just win the game of life, or I should say win the race of life. I hope it helped, because it had helped me a ton back in the days, and I have to take my blood work as well. So we're in this boat together. Comment down below after you get the blood work done and what results you get after you see that you're deficient and you consume that thing that you shouldn't be deficient in. And let me know in the comments down below how much it had impacted your energy and your mood. I'll see you on the other side.